What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name AR-15? Do you think of the Second Amendment, or do you think of a scary assault-style weapon? As an owner of an AR-15, I can assure you that this gun is not as scary as it seems. In fact, it's one of the best assault rifles to own as an American citizen. Over the past couple years, mainstream media outlets have bashed the AR-15 because it's been involved in some of the biggest mass shootings in American history. With this said, the AR-15 is not the most dangerous gun in the United States. The AR-15 is a good, quality firearm to own as an American citizen and should not be targeted as a weapon for mass murder. Firstly, I'm going to go over what an AR-15 is and a brief history. Secondly, I'm going to go over some common misconceptions related to the AR-15. And lastly, I'm going to go over the benefits of having an AR-15. So what is an AR-15? AR-15 is a semi-automatic style assault rifle chambered in .223 or .556. The first AR-15s were built in 1960 by a company named Armalite. Armalite was not able to sell a lot of these rifles, so they ended up selling the patent to another firearm company called Colt. Now Colt wanted to sell them to the military, so they created a fully automatic version called the M16. This bottom picture is an M16. Now the M16 did very, very well during the Vietnam War era, so Colt made a civilian version, named it the AR-15. It was a semi-automatic rifle, and the patent for the AR-15 ran out in 1970. So other gun companies started using the AR-15 and started making their own versions. Now you know what an AR-15 is. I'm going to go over some of the common misconceptions related to an AR-15. Firstly, in the name AR-15, most people think AR stands for assault rifle. It does not. It stands for Armalite rifle. This is a nod to the first maker of this very, very good firearm. Secondly, the second biggest common misconception is that the AR-15 is a fully automatic rifle. This is not the case. It is very, very illegal to have a fully automatic weapon in the United States without proper clearance or registration. The AR-15 does not come new as a fully automatic weapon. And lastly, as you can see from this chart, the AR-15 is not the most deadly gun in America. This chart is the gun-related deaths from 1995 to 2016. This top blue line depicts all of handgun deaths in the United States. This middle line depicts all the deaths related to unknown firearms, and the lowest line depicts all people killed by rifles in this date. As you can see, handgun deaths are way more than rifle deaths, making the AR-15 not the most deadliest gun to own in America. Lastly, I'm going to go over some benefits of having an AR-15. There are two of the main benefits of having an AR-15 are its versatility and its customization. There are two main parts to the AR-15, the upper and the lower. Now, you can switch these parts out. All these parts are interchangeable. So if you wanted a lighter gun, you could switch out the barrel for a lighter barrel. If you didn't like the stock you had, you could switch out the stock and put on a different one that you liked more. If you didn't like the trigger and thought it was too hard to pull the trigger, you could switch that out and put in a trigger that was easier to pull. This is the adult version of a Lego set because of how many interchangeable parts you can put, and it's, as someone who's done it, it's very fun to do so. For its versatility, there are many, many different chambers of guns that you can do in an AR-15. The base AR-15 barrel can shoot two different types of bullets, that being the .223 and the .556. The reason they can shoot two different types of bullets is because both of them are the same length and almost the same width. The .223 is a smaller bullet, traveling much faster, and the .556 is a little bit bigger bullet, traveling a little bit slower. Both of these bullets are used for varmint hunting mainly. Used for varmint hunting, and both of them are very, very good firearm, very, very good calibers to use. The .556 is more used for self-defense though, and this gun is used for self-defense. Lastly, this bullet right here is the .223. This bullet right here is the .300 Blackout. Now if you wanted an AR-15 that was more geared towards hunting, like hunting hogs, hunting coyotes, you would want to chamber your gun in this, and that is possible. You can get a completely different upper that's chambered in .300 Blackout, put that on the same lower, and you got yourself a brand new gun that's more geared towards hunting. Overall, the AR-15 is a very, very good assault rifle. I've gone over what an AR-15 is, some brief history. I've gone over some of the common misconceptions related to the AR-15. And lastly, I've gone over some of the benefits of having the AR-15. Now, this gun is available in many, many different fire ranges around the United States. It should not be labeled as a weapon of mass murder because that's not what it is. It's used for protection and it's used for hunting. If you want to get your own opinion on this, you should go to a fire range. There you can rent it out, test it out, and shoot it yourself and get your own opinion on it.